Hey guys, how are you? We are back with another random, well, not so random at this point. I guess they're kind of predictable Saturday stream. Uh, Things are a balmy 33, 34. Let me see. Alexa, temperature. She's ignoring me. Alexa, there we go. Current temperature.
At the moment, it's 42 degrees.
Ah, we're up to 42 degrees. It's not cold yet.
You can expect a low of 39 degrees.
Oh, there we go.
Just a bit chilly.
Really nothing to even blink at. I love weather like this. We have unfortunately missed out on snow so far. You, on the other hand, Knut, you, I am certain, have seen more than your fair share of snow this year.
As you know, my car is always iced out now, so you know.
Your car is predominantly made of ice at this point, right?
Pretty much there are ice cubes that are hard as hell to actually get off right now, so just
Well,
deal with it.
these are things that happen. This is the problem, if you can call it a problem, with being a Viking. You live in Vikingville. Right? You live in Norway. This is how things work.
Yep.
So yeah, random Saturday stream, usual deal. Ask me anything. I'll do a couple songs, a little mini set, blue card stuff, JPC stuff from the new soundtrack for the book. I am back and forth with Jarek getting the Polish stuff done. The super secret, extra not so secret Polish music done. I'm excited about that. That's coming along very well. We'll see how that shakes out. But the plan right now, to make sure it's done right, I hope to have all principal tracking, that's recording, done for everyone involved by the very end of this month. So I've got 2 weeks to make that happen. And that gives me the month of February, if I need all of it, to do any last minute pickup recordings, throw additional instruments on if need be, and then do mixing and mastering. So my plan right now is it's going to be less important for people this time because of certain COVID-based activities, or COVID-affected activities that would normally be occurring in March. But my plan is to have it out before the normal road trip in March for my Blue Card members, so that they could have taken it with them. The good news is they'll have it, and the bad news is they won't be taking it with them because they're not going anywhere yet. So no trip to Mississippi, Mississippi this year. Finally got copies, at least a couple people have finally, I am told, gotten copies of the hardcover in hand for the Drums of Unrest. It is apparently a brick, which is what we expected, but that's okay. I'm still waiting to hear that yours has officially shipped, Knut.
Waiting, bated breath.
Yeah. Breath that smells like fish, I know.
Fish, no pancakes. And obviously.
Fair. I mean, that's fair. So, all right. I think I'm gonna do some music. We're changing it. That's too low. We're going to change. All right, that's better. Sorry about that. It's as you know, it's informal. It's informal. We're going to start it again. suffocated lie, one more stage to get by. Been in the dark for so long now. Sometimes it's hard to even search for a way out. Give me strength, ease my hunger. Give me something more than this. Give me wings, raise this thunder. I cannot clench my fist. Give me strength. Such an easy thing. Such an easy thing. Such an easy thing to hide when the needs pass by. Not as clever as we think when the brink is outside. I need to breathe, but don't know how. And I can't remember when I last felt solid ground. Give me strength, ease my hunger. Give me something more than this. Give me wings, raise this thunder. I cannot clench my fist. Give me strength. Such an easy thing. I feel the walls are closing in, the curtains are but drawn now. And hope and resolve are growing thin. Give me strength. Give me strength, ease my hunger. Give me something more than this. Give me wings to raise this thunder. I can't unclench my fist. Give me strength, ease my hunger. Give me something more than this. Give me wings to raise this thunder. I can't unclench my fist. Give me strength. And that is why you make sure you spend more time with songs before you roll them out. That's funny as hell. That is an old, never got quite released song called Strength, or half of one. Anyway.
Happy.
There you go. So, I don't know. I'm looking at all of the insanity of just 2020 not letting go and 2021 doing its best to still pretend to be last year. How are things in that regard hanging out over Norway right now? Like, are you seeing kind of more of the same? Is this the new normal for you guys, or is there kind of this actual optimistic feeling like we're going forward into something new finally?
It's pretty much most of the same stuff as before. Obviously, the vaccines coming in is spreading a little bit of hope about it, but people are still realistic by the time period that hope will hit everyone. But yeah, I think it's quite the normal right now.
Yeah. That seems to be the thing here in the UK also, and based on what everybody's telling me in the US, I'm hearing it's the same thing there. Like people hate it, and it's driving everybody crazy, and they're getting. In the States, we call it cabin fever. You're inside too long. You have to get out. You have to go meet people, see people, do things, right? Like that's just part of it. But it's all about where you are in the country too. Like in the States, you've got halfway through a town, everybody is mask crazy, which is only sensible, and everybody is ducking and covering and, kind of afraid to do more than wave to their neighbors. And then you've got people that are just like, whatever, I'm going to a bar. We're all going to the bar. Let's go to the bar. Everything's open. Whee!
Yeah, we also that we have different sort of groups in our country as well that do different things and treats Corona differently, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people with not directly Norwegian cultures or backgrounds, they tend to still have a lot of the normal gathering points, right? Well, we try to do secret parties. That's what Norwegians do right now. So like really failure secret parties. Because it's not allowed, right? It's Corona. It's not allowed to do parties, but every single weekend there's a party that has to be broken up, obviously.
Yeah, which I get, and it's cabin fever, and it's stupid, but it's also normal.
Yeah. Well, at my work, for instance, there's a lot of people with different backgrounds from different immigration countries, right? That has lived in Norway for like 20 years plus, or all their lives, or whatever. But they still have the culture that binds them back home, where they meet in public because they can and like takes a coffee and enjoys it, right? That hasn't changed for them regardless of COVID. A lot of their sort of like relations are the same. While a lot of that aspect has disappeared from our part of it, so it's pretty spread as well.
So what you're telling me is Norway, as far as the Norwegians in Norway, you guys are good to go. You guys know what's up, and you're taking care of yourselves, and you're doing all the right stuff, or trying to, and it's mostly good.
I'm not saying we know what we're doing. I'm saying we're different.
but the rest of the sort of let's say immigrant population, the people that have come in and are legally there and all that, I don't mean it that way, but they've immigrated to Norway, but even though they've been there for 5, 10, 20 years, they're still very much tied to what they're used to from back home, and they haven't fully kind of adopted the Norwegian way of thinking, so they haven't really kind of cottoned on to what they need to be doing. Is that kind of what I'm hearing, or am I getting that wrong?
No, you're getting it approximately right? I think a lot of them are Norwegians, right? A lot of them are people that I could consider friends and that sort of thing as well, right? A lot of them I'm having some fun with as well, with jokes and that sort of thing, right? But it's just like some of those core things that they kind of still got from their parents or whatever, from their home country, is kind of like stapled in them still, so they keep on doing those things. It's not Norwegians don't usually go out to take a coffee at like a gas station, right? They buy coffee and then they go on with their day, right?
People after my own heart. I don't mind going to a coffee shop and sitting down and having coffee with somebody at a coffee shop. I get that. That's fine. But I mean, as much as people like going into Starbucks back in the States, for instance, most of the people I spent time with didn't go into Starbucks to sit and drink coffee in Starbucks. They went in, picked up their order, and went home, or to work, or wherever the hell they were going.
Yeah, just walked or whatever. Yeah. That's a lot of the things that we do as well, right? Well, they kind of use it as an excuse, I would imagine, to away from the wife. Not a lot of sound. The boys consider they. It's no joke. I totally get that part of it, honestly. Sometimes you need a little bit of a break, and Delhi Lucas station is perfect for that, where you can just like sit in nice couches and just have a nice talk.
That's fair. I can see that. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I'd rather you do that at a coffee place than at a regular bar. At least you'll stay sober.
And considering our traffic, right? It's a gas station that's put very off the like central roads, right? So it's only locals and people that come there regularly that really shows up. So they know there's always space. They don't ever have to actually move until like they're done and they go home. So they always know that they're like the community is, everyone knows that's where you gather, right? So a lot of them also are like regulars, and some of them are buddies with us, working there, etc. And we know them, right? So it's quite nice to also have them there and actually see familiar faces all the time, right? Not just COVID stuff all the time with masks and that sort of stuff. It's mask usage in Norway is a little bit up and down. A lot of people are good at it. A lot of people are not good at it, regardless of where they're from. And a lot of people are, obviously we have people that don't believe vaccines and that sort of stuff as well, and we also have people that are really against masks, obviously in Norway as well. That's just how people are, regardless. There's stupid people here as well, as you would say.
You know, I mean, there had to be. It can't all just be, you know, look, my people live someplace, right? I have people, and they're just as dumb as me. And the difference is I actually wear a mask, but, you know. Yeah, it's funny. The first time we ever did this, I thought very seriously about putting on a mask just to do a little fucking bit, right? We're like, oh, was I not supposed to put a mask on here too? But, yeah, it was funny in my mind for like 10 seconds, and then it became, yeah, that's dumb and confusing, and never mind. But in my head, it was super funny.
I get that.
So, for those of you joining us late, or just tuning in now or whatever, hey, a little AMA, JPC mini set thing. I'm going to do something a little bit more familiar to really some people now. I'm going to do an older Blue Card song because I get to, and it's fun. I don't know whether this will ultimately appear in the Cycle of Bones or not. It might make an appearance, but I don't specifically have a place for it yet, so I'd kind of have to manufacture that. My take on music within Cycle is simple. Most of it is whole cloth, written directly and specifically for the individual scene, the individual book, the individual culture. But some of it is obviously stuff that I've written before. A lot of my Blue Card members have seen it live, sung along, done stuff. I released some of it years ago under the Corin Moray name. Some of that will be and has been repurposed, but most of it is whole cloth and new. This one, I don't know that there's a place for it. I'm hoping that maybe there is, but we'll see. So yeah, this is the Gentle Hand. Miles and leagues and miles before me, dawn-bound I must fade, for valor sleeps in shallow graves where hope's last tune is played. But I shall find no solace there, no meager joy from empty words. With heavy heart I leave the gentle hand that lifts the sword. No prize of any foreign field, no beauty won abroad, was ever more the match of me as shield might mate a sword. The memory of strength, so rare grace given by the Lord, my worth will never match the gentle hand that lifts the sword. Your father taught you sword and shield, for men teach what men know. Your frosty eyes like starlight hung, drive fear through every fold. A lion neath and such beauty bold and sure. My word will ever the gentle hand that lifts the sword. So ere I fade, my lady, off to march on blood and bone, I would ask this of you, so your answer I may know. I have broken with your father, and his good will is known. I would have you stand with me, my lady, wife, knit soul to soul. My heart is in your hands now, and its drum beats fierce and sure. I would forever hold the gentle hand that lifts the sword. I would forever hold the gentle hand that lifts the sword. Like that.
Not a bad little one.
What's that?
Not a bad little one.
Oh, thanks.
Getting used to the blue card songs. I haven't heard a lot of them yet.
No, you have not gotten to hear a lot of them yet. And, you know, some of the people that show up here will have heard a lot of them, and some of them will not. But, you know, the good news is that's why I get to do stuff like this. These shows, these little mini sets let me kind of walk that particular path. I've had a miserable earache most of the week. It's just finally started clearing up, like late yesterday. So that's been fun. But the good news is it's mostly gone now, so I can wear headphones without, you know, wincing.
It's not easy when the body doesn't want.
It is not. So, as always, anybody who's got requests, pop them on. Anybody who's got any questions, pop them in. That's kind of the gig. Otherwise, yeah, things are clicking along. New newsletter will be popping out sometime very soon. First of the year. It's the first one of the year, I should say. We'll do them about once a month, barring something new and interesting going on to warrant a second or third one. Soundtrack's going reasonably well, as I say. And then beyond that, right after that, there should be, in time for summer, hopefully, new actual, just straight up blind indie rock. I'm not sure if it'll be an EP or a full-length disc. Probably looking more like an EP. Something like that for maybe 5 songs. But we'll see how that shakes out. That's all part of the plan, though. Hoping to have a guest star or two, which I'm excited about, but I'm not going to talk about that officially until I know it's officially happening. Still, some exciting stuff. Some people I've worked with before that I haven't gotten to hang out with or make music with in quite some time. The benefit of waiting that long is that I will be back stateside April 3rd, insanity notwithstanding. So it gives me a couple months to do all that additional recording and mixing and so forth in the States, which gives me access to some musicians and some, some of those special guests I was talking about. So
Steven Rizzo says on Facebook, great stuff. I wish I could help you in music, but I haven't done it in years. Wish you all the best. Again, excellent music.
hey man, thanks very much, and thanks for dropping by. Honestly, the help you can be is exactly what you're doing. Showing up for the streams, hanging out. When the music comes out, listen to it, spin it, talk to people about it, usual stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm always happy when people are interested in stepping up and kind of moving mountains and trying to make the connections and do the thing. But as important as that is when it comes to pass, there's really nothing more potent or more powerful than just, people that like something and tell their friends about it. Like, there's really very little more powerful than that. All those other things just speed the process along even further, but there's no substitute for just, hey, I heard this thing, I really like it, you should hear it too. I think I'm just going to do Too Much to Dream. Yeah, I think we'll just do Too Much to Dream because I'm kind of feeling like that. We've done that once in the weeks and weeks and weeks we've been doing this, and I like the song, and I kind of have it in my head now. So I think we'll do that. Because why not? Finished writing this song in a backseat of a car in a parking lot, a cappella. Eventually I got to my guitar and actually finished writing the song itself, but I all the melody, all the lyrics, all this stuff, I don't remember where I first started it. It might have been just before I got in the car, but I remember being, of all places, in Fort Myers, Florida, in the back of someone's car at their office somewhere downtown because they had to run into work. And I was waiting and finished the song, and that's where this one came from. So this is Too Much to Dream. I found myself standing outside your white light. Not real sure as to what happened then. Next I knew I was alone in my room. Thank God without you again. I don't know where you've been all my life, but go back there. All I want is to hold you with me, though I don't dare. I won't miss you at all, though I'll pretend to. Bats are bloodied and beats and gone when it's me that I fight. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm caged and there's nowhere to fly. In my mind, in my veins, got you're everywhere. I can't run away. Though I all I want is to hold you to me, little too much to dream last night. God, what a fool took my own advice. Now I'm an outcast from inside of your line. No, no. And I don't know where you've been all my life, but go back there. All I wanted was to hold you to me, and I did take. Now I won't miss you at all. I won't even pretend to. I won't miss you at all. God, you're every way. A little too much to dream. I must amend mini set AMA and watch me drink. Nothing very exciting that you're watching me drink. It's either coffee or, water with some apple vinegar in it. But still, it's either listen or talk or watch me drink.
We only act in absolutes.
Just no more Norwegian scotch.
I think we're fine without it for now, yeah.
But it's a quiet night. I think we're probably just going to do one more and then call it. Now, what do you think?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. No, let's do it in 3. All right, so we'll just do one more. I'll do one last blue card number, and we'll call it a night. We'll call it a week. And next week we will hop over to Twitch, and it will be good. And that will be that. So some of you may recognize it if you have been paying attention either to this blue card shows or if you've listened to the audiobook version or seen some of the teaser stuff for Dawn of Unions. This is also the music we use to kind of intro and outro that song I wrote a number of years ago called The Red Curtain. there's a face on the water. Pale, ever bright in the sun. A horde's coming marching toward thee. War in their eyes, everyone. Let them come. But when the red curtain falls and all thoughts of tomorrow have gone, when thy fear burns away, leaving only a thunderous song, nothing once lingers on, never mind what's to come. For a king's man need only stand tall. When the red curtain falls, when the red curtain falls, clear eyes that count every shadow, show beating hard like a drum. Nigh come the lambs for the slaughter. Fear in their eyes, everyone. Let them come. But when the red curtain falls and all thoughts of tomorrow have gone, when thy fear burns away, leaving only a thunderous song, nothing was lingers on, never mind what's to come. For a king's man need only stand tall. When the red curtain falls, when the red curtain falls, when the red curtain falls. And that, as they say, is that. Guys, thanks for dropping by. I am JP Corwin, but you probably already knew that. And we will see you next week, adding Twitch to the mix.